making your buyer do something that they don't want to do too quickly or at all is not going to help you get where you need to go. Ruby and I know this because we see so many salespeople, sales teams trying to accelerate a sales process that doesn't have a chance because they haven't identified how a buyer is going to respond to any given stage of what they're trying to do. And they're making them do things that they don't want to do. And so, especially for companies that, there's some pressure, some stress, we got to get sales through the door, said every company ever. What do you need to do to make that an easier conversation with a buyer to say, hey, it's not about pressure. It's about generating some level of conversation, creating some level of demand for what you do, answering their questions, solving their problems, being thoughtful and consultative about how you approach things, and then ultimately saying, hey, this product, service, whatever, fits where you need to be. Rushing that, pushing that, high pressure sales, let's call it that, it doesn't help. And frankly, it might work in the short term for some buyers. Generally, the buyers who are going to buy no matter what you said, they're going to do it anyway. Also rare. But for everybody else, if we're rushing a process, we're making buyers do things that they don't want to do. Now we're in a very strange and dangerous territory. So for me, it's understanding why. Why are we doing that? Like, what's the goal? Is it really trying to push somebody through a process? Is that how we want to approach it? Is it understanding the implications of what we're doing from a selling perspective? Meaning, are we selling the wrong thing to the wrong people and pushing to do that? Or is it we just don't know how these people behave? We don't know what they do. We don't know what they need. We ask the questions, but we don't ask the questions. We really don't understand. And then we have this thing over here that we're trying to sell. And that's really what we care about. That's what we're really focused on. Really don't care what you need. I got this thing over here. You need to buy it. I'll give you a deal, give you a discount. Sure. But the idea is that none of that matters. Buyers have all the power today. And what you don't want to do is make them do things that they don't want to do. If you can give them the right method, the right tools, the right product at the right time, you're going to win. And if it's not the right time, it doesn't mean that they're never going to be your customer. But don't make them do things because you think that they're going to buy right now. That's not the outcome that you're looking for. Moreover, if you're in sales today, the more transparent, the more generous, the more friendly, the more structured you can be with that support and help, the odds of you winning go up significantly. Because there are so many bad salespeople with bad sales process, selling bad products. And so how do you make sure that you stand out and are different? Is you solve for all of those things. And you make sure that you don't do any of that stuff. And you try to be in a position where if you're in sales, if you can help somebody and it turns into a sale, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay too. All right, Ruby says, how much time do you need to spend on making somebody do something that they don't want to do? And how much time do you spend helping, consulting, supporting, defining? There is no free lunch. At the end of the day, your customer owns the relationship. You're just there with something to sell. Enough for today. Walking and talking with Ruby.